Hello everyone, welcome back. Emma here. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to do a little express flow today. So let's go ahead and get started in, let's say, a seat. Yeah, let's do a seated position. This is going to kind of be like a full body massage. So leave you feeling really good, stretched, a little bit strong. You know how after a massage you can almost feel like a good pain. That's kind of what we're going for. So here in your seat, have you bring your hands onto your knees, either palms down or palms face up. On your inhale, go ahead and hug your shoulders up towards your ears. On your exhale, roll the shoulders down the spine. And then do this a few times. Next time you roll the shoulders down your spine, pause there. Feel a little heaviness through your sitting bones, a little lift through the crown of your head. If you notice tension you're holding anywhere, see if you can let that go. Soften your jaw. Don't hold so much contraction in your abdomen. Start to bring some awareness to your breath, and if it helps to do so, you could bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Even just being aware of your breath, notice how much deeper it gets. Slowly start to draw some really slow circles with your head. So bringing like left ear towards left shoulder, maybe dropping the head back a bit. Right ear towards right shoulder, and then dropping your head forward. Any places you feel some stickiness or tension, just pausing there, observing it. Just like how you bring awareness to the breath and it changes a little bit, as you bring awareness to the stickiness, notice if it changes just a little bit. Next time your head comes through center, we'll pause there, really long spine. On your inhale, stretch both arms up overhead, look up at your palms. Nice and simple, right hand outside right hip, stretch your left arm up and over. You can stay here, you can make a fist with that left hand and roll out your wrist, or you could bring your left hand behind your head, kind of cradle your skull and open up through the armpit a little bit more. Bring left hand behind your head if it's not there already. Press into your right palm and lift up. So left hand behind your head. Bring right hand behind your head. Take an inhale. On your exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. Try to keep the elbows out nice and wide. Notice without the help of your hands, you really have to use your core to twist everything to the right. Now release, right hand behind you, left hand to the right knee. Notice how much deeper you can twist now that you can use your palms, your upper body strength as leverage. Looking over that right shoulder. Great, inhale, unwind, stretch, both arms up. You're gonna bring your left hand down outside your left hip, right arm up and over. Same options, maybe you make a fist, roll out your wrists. Or right hand behind your head, cradling your skull, kind of peeling the chest up towards the sky. Take a few deep breaths into the right side, enjoy the stretch. Right hand behind the head if it's not there already. Press down into your left hand and lift your torso up. Now left hand also behind your head, take an inhale. Exhale, use your complete core strength to twist to the left. So belly in, core really strong. Squeeze. And then left hand behind you, right hand to the left knee. Notice how much deeper you can twist, gazing over that left shoulder. Unwind, inhale, reach both arms up. Plant your hands beside you. Whichever leg is crossed in front, extend that one. So one leg is extended, the other bottom foot is to the inner thigh. Inhale, stretch both arms up. Reach whatever hand towards that foot. So either right hand towards right foot or left hand towards left foot, and the other arm goes up and over, so it's a side stretch. You're squeezing one oblique to open up the other side. Inhale, come up through center. Your right hand or left hand, whichever one was extended, will come outside of that hip. So for me, it's my right hand outside of my right hip, rolling onto the right shin, stargazer. Your hips are going up to the sky, one hand is on the mat, the other arm is extended, really big stretch. And then lower your seat all the way down. Simply switch. So the other leg extends, bottom foot, inner thigh. Reach your hand towards your foot, same hand, same foot, other arm up and over. Spiraling your chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale up through center. Hand outside of the hip, about 1 foot. Roll onto your left shin and reach your right arm up to the sky. 1 foot, or I guess about 1 meter. Not 1 meter. I honestly have no idea how to count in the metric system, so I am sorry. Lower your seat all the way down. And then we'll cross the ankles, make our way to a tabletop position. I never even really thought about the fact that I would speak in inches and feet and how that might not be relevant to actually most people in the world. Let's go ahead and take a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, round your back, scoop your tailbone underneath you. A few more. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Allow yourself to finish each inhale and each exhale before starting that next movement. So you're really allowing your breath to guide you through these cat-cows. Realize that there's no rush to get anywhere. No rush for the next pose. Follow the pace of your breath. And then we'll meet in a tabletop position. Flip your right palm so the fingers point back towards you, palm face up. Rock a little bit forwards and backwards. Find stillness in center, right arm to the sky, inhale, exhale, thread it through, palm face up. Right ear to the mat, left hand walk forward. Bump hips a little to the right, tops of the ankles press down, big stretch through the left side. Stay here, half wrap. We'll be here for 3, 2. Left hand down, start there, send your left leg out to the left, toes point forward. Now you'll press down into your left hand, unthread your right arm all the way up, and then bring that right hand down under your right shoulder. Sink your hips back towards your right heel. Feel a big stretch through your left thigh. As you inhale, lift your hips, arms up. So your left toes are in line with your right knee. Then we're gonna take a side bend. So left hand down your left shin, side stretch. Right arm goes up and over. Feel a big stretch through the right side. Bring both arms up. Then I'll have you eagle wrap, right arm underneath. Now from here, you're gonna take probably 2 steps. 1 step about halfway, and the other step all the way to a low lunge. Your left foot is forward. Eagle wrapped, right arm underneath. On your inhale, lift your elbows and curl back. And then on your exhale, take a half split, your hands to the mat. If you want more of a challenge, your right hand can come to the mat or a block, and you can stretch your left arm up to the sky. Really press down through your right palm, lifting sensation through that left. So like you're gonna grab onto something, just reach up. We'll bring the left hand down to the mat, little bend into your left knee, and I'll have you step your left knee back to meet your right to a camel pose, both arms up. Bring your hands to your lower back, open palms or 2 fists, Hips forward, puff up your chest, and then lean back. Tops of the ankles press down. Feel a stretch for your heart space. Squeeze your glutes, stretch the hip flexors. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the mat, cat pose, round your back. Come back to a neutral spine and then flip your left palm so that fingers point back, palm up. Add a little rock forwards and backwards. Find some stillness and center and send your left arm up to the sky. On your next exhale, thread your left arm through, palm face up. Right hand will walk forward. Hips high, tops of the ankles down. Enjoy this gentle twist. The more you press your right hand forward and down, the deeper your twist will be. Walk your right hand back beside your face and pause. Now send your right leg out to the right. Toes pointing forward. Now press into your right hand, unthread your left arm. Left hand to the mat, shoulders over wrist. Send your hips back towards your left heel. Just feel the stretch through the right inner thigh. And then on your inhale, lift your hips forward, arms up. Right toes in line with your left knee. Right hand down your right thigh, side stretch. Keep pressing your hips forward. Inhale, come back up. Left arm, wrap it underneath your right. Now, if eagle arms ever doesn't feel good to you, you can always just bring your forearms together, or you could cross and grab opposite elbows. Now we're gonna take 2 steps, one about halfway there, and the other all the way there, till your right leg is forward in a low lunge. On next inhale, lift your elbows and lean back. On next exhale, hands to the mat, half splits. Left hand can be down on the mat, or on a block, or stay as you are, both hands down. This is just a little extra twist. Pull the belly button in. Right hand down to the mat, step your right knee back to meet your left. Inhale, both arms up, camel pose, hands to waist, or if you're ready for it, catching your heels, driving your hips forward, tops of the feet down. Think of pressing your spine towards the back of your heart. On next inhale, lift back up, and hands to the mat, cat pose, round your back. Awesome. From here, walk your hands forward, puppy pose. Personally, I think it's really nice to grab the top of the mat and kind of pull it forward. You're getting a little bit more stretch. However, if that doesn't sound nice or you're just not into it today, no problem. Stay exactly where you are or bring your chin to the mat. More melting sensation. As you do that, it's easier to flip the tailbone up towards the sky. Draw the low belly in, feel a stretch through your abdomen. Slide forward onto your belly, sphinx. Shoulders over elbows. Pull the sternum through the arms. And then we're gonna tuck the toes, forearm plank. Pick your thighs, your knees up off the mat. Scoop your tailbone towards your heels. Look down towards the top of your mat so your neck is neutral. Now while you're here in this forearm plank, let's bring some awareness to the breathing. Can you make it as long, as even, and controlled as you did while we were in that seat? Squeeze your lower transverse abs. You've got this. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower your hips and thighs to the mat. Walk your hands back so they're underneath your shoulders. You're gonna inhale through a Cobra Pose so we can meet in a child's pose. Keep those knees about hips distance so you can rest your belly on your thighs. This will give you a little bit more support in your lumbar spine, a little bit more rounding in your back versus that child's pose where we spread the knees apart, a little bit more sinking in that one. Inhale, pull yourself forward, shoulders over wrists. Tuck your toes, high plank. So your hips are in line with the shoulders. If you feel your arms are gonna hyperextend, put a little bend into your elbows. From here, bend your knees a lot and then press your hips up and back to a bear pose. It's like down dog, but your knees are bent a lot and your heels are high. Drive your lower belly towards your thighs and think of lifting the outer hips up. Now straighten your legs, but keep your heels lifted. Feel your thighs, your calves activate, and then drop both heels over to the right. Outside edge of the right foot, inside edge of the left foot, press down. Even pressure in your palms. All right, we're gonna start to shift the weight forward. You'll keep your right hand where it is, send your left arm up to the sky. Side plank with staggered feet. Think of pressing the right hip up, squeeze right oblique. Take an inhale. Exhale, left hand down, high plank. Bend your knees, shift your hips up and back, bear pose. Should feel pretty good on the lower back. Find some length through your waist. And then straighten your legs, but keep your heels lifted. Drop both heels over to the left. Your left toes might brush your right heel. Press evenly through your palms. And then shift your weight forward. Keep your left hand down. Reach your right arm up. Building strength in that left arm. Squeeze your left oblique for 3, 2, 1.5. 1, right hand down. This time press back, downward facing dog. Let's get some relief on those wrists. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Your feet are hips distance. Bend your knees a lot. Slide your hands underneath your feet, palms face up, kind of like we did in that tabletop position. So the fingers point back. Now if this doesn't feel good at all, you can always grab your ankles from the front. Otherwise, inhale, find some length. Exhale, fold. Think of the elbows going a little bit out to the sides and back. So stepping on your feet, almost getting like a free hand massage here. Kind of somersault your weight forward a little bit. Flip the tailbone up towards the sky. Squeeze those inner thighs. We'll be here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly release, one hand at a time. Let your arms hang heavy towards the mat, and then putting a little bend into your knees slowly, almost like it's a challenge. Ragdoll yourself all the way up to stand. How slowly can you come up? So usually we're always thinking about next thing, where are we going, next posture. I find that if I make it a challenge, people are more interested in moving slower. So think of it that way next time. On your inhale, stretch both arms up. Grab opposite elbows overhead, and then lean over to the right. Bump your hips a little to the left. Squeeze your thigh muscles onto your thigh bone. Inhale up through center. Cactus your arms and lean back. Bind your hands. Remember which thumb is on top. Take an inhale. Bend your knees as you come all the way down, forward fold. Arms waterfall up and over. Belly resting in the direction of your thighs, crown of the head towards the mat. Release grip, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, catch your ankles. And then again, as slow as you can. It's a ragdoll, it's a challenge. How slowly can you come all the way up to stand? One vertebrae stacking on top of another. Eventually, shoulders roll down your spine. Inhale, both arms up. Grab opposite elbows and lean over to the left. Opening up your right side. Squeeze your left oblique. Inhale, center, cactus your arms, lean back. Now, opposite thumb on top, make your binds. Puff up your chest a little bit more and then bend your knees as you come all the way down. Finding a little bit more ease, possibly with the second round, a little bit more space in your calves, your hamstrings. Release your hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Walk yourself all the way out to a high plank, and then step your right foot up towards your right thumb. Keep your left hand down and stretch your right arm up to the sky. Press the back of your left knee up. Maybe look up at your right hands. Drop your left knee to the mat. Open yourself up to a twist. The right arm will be back, left arm forward. Now, if that's too much, right hand to your waist. You should feel a pretty big stretch through that left hip flexor here. Right hand to your right hip or back of your thigh. Reach your left arm up and back. Looking up at the ceiling, plug the left shoulder back down. Take an inhale. Exhale, both hands to the front of the mat. Bump them forward a little bit, standing L. Pick your left leg up behind you, flex your foot. Sternum forward, shoulders back. Step your left foot to meet your right, forward fold. Bend your knees for chair pose. Eagle wrap, your right arm underneath your left. Try to lean the shoulders back over the hips. Stay here or lift your right leg up and over your left. You could cross just the knees or ankles as well. You can also use your right toes as a kickstand. Press the forearms forward and lift the elbows up a little bit. You should feel a stretch through your upper back. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink lower. Inhale, unwind all the way up to stand. Reach both arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands. Step back to a high plank position. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, knees up or down, chaturanga, lower, halfway, or all the way if your knees are down. Inhale, scoop your sternum forward, roll the shoulders down the spine, cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Find a steady breath here, even in, even out. Spinal roll yourself forward to a plank so the shoulders are over the wrists. And then once you get there, this requires your core strength, which is why we're doing it. Step your left foot towards your left thumb. Right hand stays where it is, left arm to the sky. Hug the inner thighs towards each other. Maybe you look up at your left hands. Drop your right knee to the mat. We're gonna come into that twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. Squeeze your inner thighs. If this is too much, left hand to your waist. All right, now left hand to the hip or back of the thigh. Square your shoulders forward and lean back. Your left heel is your anchor. Drive that into the mat. Plug the right shoulder down. Take an inhale. Exhale, the hands come to the mat. Bump them a little forward for standing L. Flex your right foot. I want your right leg really straight. The left leg not so much. Doesn't matter too much what the left leg is doing. You can always put a little bend into that knee. Step your feet together, forward fold. Bend into your knees, chair pose. Reach both arms up. And then eagle wrap your left arm underneath. Stay here or lift your left leg up and over. You have the same options as side one. Double wrap, single wrap, or use those left toes as a kickstand. Lift your elbows up a little bit. Squeeze your core, belly button in. We'll be here for 3. Can you sit a little bit lower? 2. 1, straighten your legs, unwind. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then widen your stance about mat's distance. Turn your toes off the edges of your mat and start to drop your seat down to a yogi squat. Now you can always put a block underneath your seat if this is really too much. Otherwise, we'll draw those hands to heart center, press your thumbs into your sternum. Your elbows will press your knees away. Think of a really long line from your tailbone all the way up through the crown of your head. Settle into this, draw the waistline in, press through your heels for 3, 2, 1. Hands behind you, drop your seat back, boat pose. We've got a little bit of core here, and then we'll come onto our backs. Extend your legs, Knees can be bent or legs straight. Straight's gonna be much more challenging. So keep that in mind. If you're in the mood for a challenge, I always encourage it, but listen to your body first. Hold here, 5. Steady breathing, 4, 3, 2, 1. How slowly can you lower? You're gonna float your legs off the mat. You can keep your arms reaching forward. I think this is challenging enough. Or reach the arms up overhead. Hollow body hold. Glue your lower back to the mat. We'll hold here for 5, 4, squeeze your core. 3, we'll get a stretch after this. 2, 1, slowly everything lowers to the mat. Big stretch. Arms overhead, flare your ribs up, arch your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Plant your feet in front of your seat, toes point forward, arms are by your side. Send your hips to the sky, bridge pose, well-deserved stretch. Stay here. You could put a block underneath your sacrum, or you could even bind your hands. Imagine scooping the tailbone towards the back of the knees, really firming down your heels. Looking up towards the ceiling, not turning the head side to side for 3, 2, 1. If your hands are bound or you're using a block, move it out of the way and slowly lower your hips down. Windshield wiper your knees side to side a few times. Coming back, knees through center. Send your legs straight up in a capital L shape. So this is option 1, waterfall stretch or legs up the wall stretch. And if you are close enough to a wall, you are always welcome to go up next to the wall, extend your legs up, enjoy the stretch. Otherwise, we can do supported shoulder stand, hands to the low back, lift your hips up. I actually have some sort of pulled something in my neck, so I'm not gonna be going there. Just goes to show, always honor your body. If something doesn't feel right, there's always a modification. There's always something less or more you can do. Nothing is right or wrong. In many of these poses, as long as you're intentional, as long as you're engaged, you're still going to be getting the same benefits. So for example, while shoulder stand might be a little bit more strengthening through your core, through your legs, I feel like I've already done enough of that with those hollow body holds. I'm just going to enjoy the legs up the wall stretch. Might even feel a pulsing sensation in your feet, especially if you spend a lot of time on your feet. This is a great way to relieve some tension, especially at the end of a long day. We'll start to make our way into a happy baby. So knees towards your armpits, catch your feet or ankles. Your tailbone probably wants to lift, so can you pull it back down? Little tuck of your chin. If it feels good, rock a little bit side to side. Maybe you bend and straighten one leg at a time. Slowly release that grip. Hug your knees into your chest. Let's keep the right knee and extend your left leg all the way. I feel like we always do a twist with the knees together. So we're gonna do single leg twist. Right knee in towards you, feel a little compression in your right hip, and then take your right leg over to the left. Gaze to the right, let your right shoulder feel heavy. And if it's between getting the right shoulder and the right knee to the mat, choose the shoulder. The right knee does not need to come all the way down. As you're in this twist, maybe you notice some of the space you've created through engagement and release through your breath. especially if this pose is usually challenging or tight for you. Notice where you're at right now. Slowly unwind onto your back, both knees into your chest, and squeeze. This helps to realign your spine. And then your right leg will extend all the way. Left leg stays in, feel a little compression in your left hip, and then taking that left leg all the way over to the right for a twist. Left shoulder heavy, melting. As slowly as you can, unwind onto your back. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze, a little gratitude. Thank you for this little gift to yourself. It truly is, in my opinion, comparable to a massage. Of course, you're not completely relaxed the entire time. You're trying to find the balance between effort and ease. However, you do feel that good pain, that release. You worked hard for something. Now let's enjoy Shavasana. Extend your legs, sprawl your arms off your mat. Complete relaxation. No holding, no contraction. No need to retain your breath. Simply let it be. If you have the opportunity, I definitely encourage you to lie here, close your eyes, take rest. Without even moving a muscle, just become aware of your surroundings, of your body again. Sometimes this is hard without moving. Once you move, you have kind of a reference point. So without moving, you really have to tap into your feeling body. What can I feel right now? Helps to notice the parts of the body that are on the mat for some feedback. Some pressure, something you can tangibly feel. Maybe noticing temperature. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. As you're ready, take a big full body stretch. Knees to chest and roll to one side, fetal pose. Nothing left to do, complete relaxation. Make your way to any comfortable seat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Ending practice with a little thank you, little mental virtual hug to yourself. You've given your body the full body massage, but now can you give yourself a nice big squeeze? Take a big breath in and let it go. Gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing your practice with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, whatever it is. If you liked this, make sure to let me know. I will definitely incorporate whatever you do or don't like into the following videos. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next time.